Passengers have overpowered a man on a Malaysia Airlines flight as he tried to enter the cockpit claiming to have explosives. Flight MH128 returned to Melbourne shortly after takeoff. Let's go live to Nathan Templeton at Melbourne International Airport this morning. Nathan, this was a terrifying ordeal for passengers.
Absolutely horrible, Nat, for the people on board, but also for loved ones who were back here and started receiving frantic phone calls and text messages that something was wrong. The drama started shortly after takeoff, just after 11 o'clock last night. This Malaysia Airlines flight from Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur was still ascending when a man went up to the cockpit and demanded to speak to the pilot. When he was told to sit down, he threatened to blow up the plane. He was carrying an item which was described as being about the size of a football with antennas attached to it. Naturally, passengers feared that was some sort of explosive device. A female cabin crew member called out for help. A number of passengers sprung into action. The man made a run for the back of the plane, but those passengers managed to jump on top of him. They reported he was extremely hard to subdue, possibly under the influence of drugs or alcohol. One passenger said they basically had to knock him unconscious to keep him under control. He was hog-tied using cable ties and a spare seatbelt and held on the plane. The plane turned around, landed back here in Melbourne. Now, heavily armed officers boarded the flight, took the man off the plane, but the horror wasn't over for the passengers because they were held for about an hour and a half on the tarmac with that item still on board, so they didn't know whether this was actually an explosive device.